What's going on, everyone? My name is Lucas, and what do you get when you mix together the One Piece anime, yoga, and football?
Serge Gnabry?
Why would it be Serge Gnabry?
He's in the title of the video.
No. The answer is a One Piece loving footballer that happens to look like a yoga trainer.
Oh.
In simpler terms, it's Serge Gnabry. The promising kid at Arsenal that got away, now a star at Bayern. Arsenal had the player that would be a star, but instead he was sold for around 5 million plus bonuses, and now they have a player who is a similar age, plays a similar position, although a little bit of a different style of play, but they had to pay around 72 million pounds for him. Bremen were the club that bought him from Arsenal, but were quite an average or below average team at the time. The 2013-14 season, they finished 12th with 39 points. The 2014-15 season, they finished 10th, but with 43 points. And in the 2015-16 season, they finished in 13th, but only 2 points from the relegation playoff with 38 points. This isn't to discredit Werder Bremen, not at all. It just shows that they weren't in the same shape as they were prior to 2010, where in the Forbes 2010 list, they were listed number 16 in the most valuable clubs. Obviously, times have changed, and Bremen had some financial troubles in the 2010s. In the last 5 years, the most expensive player they have bought was Davy Klaassen for 13.5 million euros, and no other player went for more than 7.5. They finally did record a profit in the 2015-16 season, which in the summer of 2016, they bought Gnabry. As we know now, when they bought Gnabry, he brought a lot of success with 11 goals and 2 assists. Arsenal fans were left perplexed on how they let this guy go for so little when he obviously had the talent. There were reports that former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger wanted to keep him, but Gnabry wanted to leave after a rough few years, where he had a few knee problems throughout the middle to late 2014 and a disappointing loan spell with West Brom. He returned to Arsenal midway through the season and got no Premier League minutes. That was despite him getting more minutes with Arsenal before the loan happened. It's understandable to have this frustration, especially when you know you got the ability. You just need the chance, and of course, a system that works to your style. Which, West Brom with Tony Pulis? Definitely not. When he got the chance with Werder Bremen, he showed that despite being only 21, he had the ability to score more than 10 goals in the league as a winger, where only 9 more players scored more than him in that entire campaign. Now, there was some controversy surrounding his transfer to Bremen. Reports came out that Bayern Munich were behind the deal. Kicker, local Bremen paper Seiker Kreisentung, I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. Former Bremen general manager Will Lemke, and German football expert Ralf Honigstein. All of them suggested or thought something like this could be happening. Of course, Bremen and Bayern rejected that notion, but it's still interesting. Bayern like getting the best German players, and for as little as possible, which obviously is good business. If we look at the past examples, whenever there's a top German player or one of the top ones available through release clauses or through free transfer, Bayern is always snooping through because Bayern's a destination if you want to maximize your brand for a German player. Mario Götze, release clause. Goretzka, free. Mats Hummels ended up going to Bayern Munich. And also Timo Werner, who I'm sure Bayern would get for free if it wasn't for him renewing his contract, where there is a supposed 30 million release clause in there next year. So Bayern like getting these good deals for these German players, especially the ones that are younger, where they develop at the club and become the big stars that Germany wants. They're the most prestigious German club, and having the best German players continues to improve their image in Germany. Although Gnabry hadn't shown much in senior football due to his limited playing time, his talent in their eyes must have been undeniable. However, due to this, if Bayern went out and tried to buy him, Arsenal would have thought, hey, if Bayern want him, we can't let him go for cheap, or we'll be looking like fools. Still look like fools here, I'm just saying. However, if a club who had less money and had only recently turned a profit in the black comes knocking, they aren't expected to offer as much as a Bayern. Now, we all know that Bayern did buy him for a fairly low price, supposedly 8 million euros. In my opinion, you wouldn't sell a young player who just scored 11 goals in the league to the richest club in Germany for so little. It's just bad business. And although there was an interview where Gnabry said he was open to an Arsenal return from an interview in January of 2017, Arsene Wenger gave his thoughts about the chances of this happening.
We have sold Serge Gnabry definitely to Werder Bremen. At the time it looked like Bayern Munich was behind it. I don't really know, but so at the moment, no, we do not resign him.
Whether there was something going on or not, Gnabry officially became a Bayern player in the summer of 2017, but he would have to wait another year to play for the club as he went on loan to Hoffenheim. At Hoffenheim, he was given opportunities in their attacking roles, sometimes as a winger, but also sometimes as a central forward. 10 goals and 7 assists in the 17-18 Bundesliga season, which aided in Hoffenheim's efforts in reaching in the World Cup that followed that season. Joachim Löw thought that he wasn't needed, and he wasn't the only one that missed the cut. He didn't miss much, but he should get the opportunity in 2022 where Germany should be much better. The 2018-19 season came, and it was the perfect time for him to arrive at the club. While playing for 3 teams in 3 years isn't the most ideal scenario in the world, they were all in the Bundesliga, which made it easier to adapt to new teams. The first handful of months of the season for him weren't filled with glory. Another problem was that Gnabry had to compete with Robben, who usually played on the right wing. However, we would eventually find out that Robben was going to leave, and he did get injured quite often throughout the campaign. This was the perfect time for Gnabry to play for the club, as he would get consistent first team minutes. Bayern struggled for the first half of the season, but by the end, they were champions. 10 goals and 7 assists were racked up by Serge, and he was able to lift his first major trophy as a senior professional. He was also awarded Bayern's Player of the Season and started to shine for Germany as well. 3 straight seasons with 10 goals, 2 straight seasons with 7 assists, and he's only going to improve on that. While Bayern are transitioning with legends of the club leaving and new players finding their feet, Gnabry has every opportunity to make Bayern his team, or at least be a major part of their success. With him still not in his prime, this should excite Bayern and German fans as he still has so much more to offer. While he may currently look like a yoga trainer, he is certainly one to appreciate for the years to come. Thank you for watching this video. I hope all of you have a great day. But before we go, I wanted to look at the Germany attack because it's looking as strong as ever. Serge Gnabry, who is playing for Bayern. They got Leroy Sané, who will probably go to Bayern one day. They have Kai Havertz, who will probably go to Bayern one day. And they got Timo Werner, who will probably go to Bayern. 1 second. Oh wait, that's fine.